Well?
I'm thinking.
Don't, Arthur. Let it all gush out.
Please. It's not a Spanish takeaway we're dealing with. It's art, to be savoured. Give us a blast of the ice cream one again. But Ray, Fast Eddie's right. He has got something. Feel the hairs on the back of your neck standing on end.
It's probably a draft. I'll have a look at the door.
You got the words?
Absolutely, Arthur. Mind you, the kind of person you'll be selling these to, they'll probably know these off by heart.
Hmm.
Paying in again, sir. Just the 10?
Yes.
Like snakes and ladders.
What is?
This game, saving. Gradually building higher and higher and then whoosh, back to the start. With it all to do again. Still, if you had fun spending it.
Oh, be careful. That's great art you're chucking about.
What, 101 operatic favourites for you to accompany?
Sing along a Luciano. Brilliant.
Can't see it myself.
Extend your horizons, Ray. Look beyond Neasden and Pinner. It's a big world.
So?
Hampstead.
What would someone in Hampstead want with a posh karaoke tape?
I know these people, Ray. They get home from work, park the old four-sprung door, what's it in the drive, in a hot steaming bath with a G&T on the side. Just right for a few choruses with Il Duce. Get rid of all that executive stress.
I bet you don't shift half of them.
That is the trouble with you, Raymond. Only think about what you can get out of life, not what you can put into it.
Come again?
I am one of life's philanthropists, like Getty. And like him, I am not averse to making a few pennies. But it is permissible to do something for the greater good.
I didn't know you was interested in music, Arthur.
What? Brighton Grand, 1949. Albert Sandler and his orchestra. Music wafting across the dance floor in a haze of brilliantine and midnight in Paris. Heard indoors, radiant in chiffon. Oh, I've seen what great art can do to a man.
Well, what happened?
What?
What happened?
Oh, I succumbed to the majesty of the experience, Ray. Went down on one knee, took her indoors' hand. The rest is history.
Yeah, but Arthur, I mean, about these tapes.
Raymond, these tapes will inspire people to great deeds. And in spite of what you think, they will sell like hot cakes. Daley into Europe. Oh, hello, Dave. Ah, no, can't it wait, Dave? I'm rather heavily scheduled today. Oh, all right, all right, all right. I was going to have Ray drop one or two items into you, but I'll bring them round myself. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all right. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.
He's clever. I think he's done this before, didn't he? Game. We can get on the office for this. Oh, you don't want to finish.
Thank God for that. These airs killed my stomach. What do you fancy?
Haddock and chips. No, make it a battered sausage.
I thought we might sell a few over the bar to the more discerning customers. Bung them next to the pistachio nuts.
My problem, Arthur, what I need to talk to you about is...
Fire away, Dave. Far be it from me to show a lack of sensitivity.
It's them beer mats, Arthur. Have a look.
Can your club get the old grey matter buzzing? What is it, Beekeepers Association?
Have a deck at the back.
Answer this simple. What animal, when sucked, secretes adrenaline?
It's a toad. It's one of them useless bits of information you pick up. Anyway, we're in.
Who is?
The Winchester. Into the 1992 Mega Knowledge Knockout Quiz West London section. It's to be held here.
Coffee machine's broken again.
Sarge?
The coffee machine. Kaput. Again.
No, I'm sorry.
Precious few perks on this job. We're not in it for the money after all.
You all right, Sarge? Is it this Tuesday morning business?
What Tuesday morning business?
Well, you know how you get. A bit tense.
I'm feeling perfectly all right, thank you. In fact, I'm beginning to feel immeasurably better. Come on.
Well, we slaughtered Arthur. And on my own manor. It's keeping me awake nights.
How many per team?
I need 3 more.
Only 3, is that all? Well, there must be hundreds of budding Magnuses in here every day.
I checked last night, Arthur. We have got 2 general certificates and about 105 years of suspended sentence between us. Here, Arthur, you wouldn't consider...
No, absolutely not. Barbaric. Plundering the vaults of human learning for material gain. You are worse than Ray. There's nothing sacred these days.
I only did it for a laugh, Arthur. The 1,500 quid prize money had nothing to do with it.
Well. Council of War?
Hello, Walter. What brings you this way?
I'm checking out the opposition. Didn't you know? It's my mob you're up against Saturday night.
The winning post.
Appropriately named.
Well, if there's any questions on crime and punishment, you should be all right.
You haven't been down to the Isle of Dogs lately, Arthur, have you? It's changed. We got rid of the riff-raff. It's all offices now, the doctor's surgery. We've 1 or 2 in our team with letters after their name.
Yeah, well, it's our first time.
Well, I shouldn't get too wound up about it, Dave. As long as you and Arthur enjoy yourselves.
Well, Arthur's not actually...
The thing is, in any knockout, you're bound to get the odd mismatch. Isn't that right, Arthur?
Yeah, but is it Arthur, isn't it?
Yeah, just a minute. I think I'm getting slight interference. I'm not quite with you, Walter.
With respect, the Winchester's hardly a hive of learning, Arthur, and the name of Daley isn't going to send waves of fear crashing through the cerebral world. You are up against class.
I don't care what we're up against. I don't care if we're up against Bamber Gascoigne. I will not have you casting aspersions. There, look at that. The A team with brains.
Well, you're still 1 short. And if that R. Daley is Bert's boy, I'll be surprised if he's got the hang of tying his shoelaces yet.
Get out of here. I want to have that lad besmeared. Or Bert. Boris! Boris, come here. Someone wants showing out.
No need for that. Always the same with the Daleys. Brute force over ignorance. See you Saturday.
Just like his dad. Full of aspersions.
Yeah, Arthur, you and Ray really on a team?
Dave, that man has woken a slumbering giant. And the daily intellect is a terrible thing when it's roused.
He looks like a crook, doesn't he? They say you can't tell, but he's got it written all over his face. Might as well have a flashing neon sign on his forehead saying tea leaf.
Sarge?
Can't imagine why he did it. Ours is an open prison in every sense. If he'd had any problems, he could have come to me.
With all respect, sir, dealing with men like this, best thing you can do is bang them up and throw away the key. They don't respond to kid gloves.
He always struck me as quite a sensitive soul.
Scum, sir. Unmitigated, hard-nosed filth. If I had my way...
If the sergeant had his way, we'd have him back in here by tea time. However, it may take a day or 2, no matter how keen we are.
Liberty. Had the first dictionary in our street.
Excuse me.
What's your game?
I'm looking for Arthur Daley.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Marty Goldblum. I'm a friend of Arthur's. I did some work for him a few years ago.
You better come inside, then.
This bloke. Well, he's not dangerous. He's gone walkabout. He'll turn up again.
Tuesday morning business. Hunched shoulders. Irritable bowel. Indigestion.
What?
The money I had put by for my cottage in Whitby. The broker who said he could invest it better, remember? He's going to serve the rest of his sentence.
Raymond, the gauntlet is down. Get out those O-level certificates of yours. I want to have a look at them.
Here, Arthur, there's an old friend of yours dropped in.
Well, he'll have to drop out. Battle plans have got to be drawn up.
Hey, Arthur, can't you spare 5 minutes?
Raymond, I have been insulted by an intellectual lowlife. The bell has rung, seconds are out, and we've got to be quick putting the boot in.
Suit yourself. I don't think it's very polite, though. I mean, he's come all that way.
Marty. Marty Goldblum. I cannot tell you what a pleasant surprise this is, Marty. Marty Goldblum. Ray, a legend in these parts. Marty. Known to his friends as Brains.
Where is he, then?
I don't know.
You shared a room with him before you were released. He must have talked.
Honestly, he never said a word.
Honesty is something I take for granted only from the Salvation Army and the Archbishop of Canterbury. What crooked, good-for-nothing lawbreakers...
Mr. Anderson's a free man. He's done his time. And he agreed to help with our inquiries.
Yeah, you've got no right to talk to me like this.
I want him. Names, contacts, now. We still got that big rubber truncheon?
Don't you think it looks a bit odd, Arthur? I mean, all these pictures of the Queen.
Dave, Her Majesty's boat race to bring a smattering of class to any gathering, even a quiz night. Trust me.
Oh, what you trying to do with the cash the brewery sent over to decorate the place?
I've already taken care of that. Can defray the cost of this lot.
You've had all this since the coronation.
Storage, maintenance. That's top quality gear. Put a couple of p on all the drinks. It'll be packed in here. I've already told Ray to whack an extra load of salt on the peanuts.
Yeah, Ray's all right then about being on a team.
Yeah, says he can't guarantee that his religious knowledge is immaculate. So Marty will take care of that.
Yeah, you sure Marty's that good?
Dave, what he's got up here would tie Robin Day in knots.
Very grateful to you, Arthur, doing this for me.
It's a question of honour now, isn't it, Dave?
And you're still prepared to take on the captaincy? It's doing my nerves.
Some are born captains, some have it thrust upon them. I consider myself in the former category.
Afternoon, Raymond. We're looking for Uncle Arthur.
I haven't seen him since lunchtime. Nothing wrong, is there, Sergeant?
Not yet.
Police harassment. America's got nothing on us, Marty.
Marty?
Sorry, Ray. Dropped a load of coins.
William the First. William the Second. Edward the Professor. Disraeli. Oliver Cromwell. Oh, God.
Excuse me. Can you tell me anything about the Sirocco?
Yeah, it's a hot wind or something, isn't it?
The Volkswagen Sirocco. The blue one, on the forecourt.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind? We need to have a word with Mr. Daley. Pop back in the morning if you haven't found anything better by then.
You can't go imposing embargoes willy-nilly.
It's rather urgent.
It better be. He was ready to part with cash. If he doesn't come back, I'm going to want compensation.
You heard from Marty Goldblum, by any chance?
Marty? No, I can't say I
One of
know
his
it.
roommates reckoned before he went AWOL, he often used to talk about you.
Roommates?
Marty was staying at Her Majesty's pleasure until last night, when he went to put the milk bottles out and never came back.
Oh, modern prisons. It's an invitation to her. Yeah, as far as the name's concerned, the mists are beginning to clear. There was a Marty Goldblum. Did a financial deal for me some time ago, but I haven't seen him since. Good lad. I bought my motor on the strength of it.
I'm delighted for you. Funnily enough, he did a deal for me as well.
Oh, did he?
1989. I'm still trying to claw back the 2,000 quid.
Oh, that is shocking. I can understand your interest, Sergeant.
I'm glad you see it that way. So if he does get in touch, give us a call, will you?
Absolutely. I know where my loyalties lie.
Good. Rest assured, if you forget, I'll have plenty of men keeping an eye on you.
How could you?
I'm sorry, Arthur. I was desperate.
Yeah, so was Crippin, but he didn't come knocking on my door.
Oh, you'd helped me out once, Arthur. And you were a legend inside. There were blokes who swore they wouldn't be where they were now if it wasn't for you.
Why'd you do it, Marty? You didn't have long to go.
I was reaching breaking point, and I couldn't stand another minute.
Well, the old Bill get wind of this, you won't lack for company when you go back.
I'm not going back.
Marty, unless you want to spend the rest of your life tending a small holding in Bolivia, you have got to serve the rest of your sentence.
I'll go mad, Arthur.
Financial malpractice. Nobody gets banged up for that round here. Hitting people on the head and making off with a ghetto blaster, certainly. But nothing to do with writing. You have got potential, and you will waste it on the run from the law.
You know he's right, Marty. You're going to have to give yourself up.
Oh, you don't need to say who you were with.
Shame. I'd been looking forward to that quiz.
We mustn't be too hasty. We need to pick the right moment for you to give yourself up. I have contacts in the force, and I might be able to arrange a sympathetic readmission.
Whatever you say, Arthur.
Keep down. Streets will be crawling.
Where are we going?
Somewhere safe. Don't speak a word of English. He's from Madrid.
How long's he
Staying? Well, it depends on this deal we're trying to wrap up.
Is he part of your European arm, Arthur?
Yeah, Ferdinand's sorting out some timeshares in Romford. For those Spanish souls that are sick of sun and sangria, you know.
Oh, I didn't know you were in...
Yeah, but there are certain areas of my life that must remain shrouded in secrecy.
You know he's welcome, Arthur. He can have Ray's old room. But wouldn't he be more comfortable in a hotel?
Doreen, normally I'd agree with you, but if word got out about his presence in this country, it could infuriate his competitors back in Spain.
Say no more, Arthur. Dealing on the...
Sly, exactly.
Sly.
So keep an eye on him, will you? Don't let him wander off on his own. Oh, and if any of his Spanish colleagues turn up dressed as English policemen, get them out the back window.
Policeman?
It's an old trick. Anything to nobble the opposition. Arrivederci, Ferdy.
They've seen him, all right. Tell from the look on Daley's face.
Why don't we pull him in? Sweat it out, man.
You ever tried opening a tin of pilchards without the key?
I thought you was going to drop him off at the station.
Look, I don't deny it was the right idea for him to give himself up. But it's a question of timing.
Well, where is he now?
That, Raymond, can only be divulged on a need-to-know basis. Suffice it to say, he's at a safe house somewhere in London.
Well, the net will be closing in on Arthur.
But he's an asset we can ill afford to lose. The worst comes to the worst, we'll see what he looks like in one of her indoors frocks.
Yeah, but is it worth it for a quiz?
It's not just a quiz.
You're putting a lot of responsibility on Marty's shoulders, Arthur.
He got 3 degrees.
Look, if he's so bright, how come he's doing time?
Lack of confidence.
With 3 degrees, he's not confident.
Confidence is an inane thing. You can't learn it. He had financial interest in a couple of companies that came under investigation. You know, the Inland Revenue, Customs Excise, Fraud Squad, the usual thing, nothing to worry about. And what does Marty do? Confesses. The whole lot. Means his sentence wasn't too bad, but there's no need for it. A little bit of confidence to see it through to the end and he'd still be there. Captain of industry.
Arthur, at this quiz, look, I'm worried I'm going to let everyone down.
There's nothing to worry about, Dave. As soon as you hear a word you recognise, you whack the bell and Marty answer the question.
Yeah, provided he's not back inside by then and us with him. Morley knows there's a connection.
And that is all he knows. And as President Nixon said, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. I'll relay this meeting to Marty at his secret house. Read, digest, and destroy. Debrief later. Oh, that reminds me, Ray. Your mum found some magazines in your old school bag when she was tidying out your room. They were not autocar, and she'd like them removed next time you're over there.
Mum said that? When did you see her? Arthur, you've ducked Marty on him, haven't you?
Bert and Doreen were more than keen.
Well, never mind the risk. What are they going to talk about all day?
Less than you realise. It was the only way, Ray. Oh, come on, let's get on with this preparation.
Marty can only do so much, Arthur. Well, it's the individual rounds I'm worried about.
Individual rounds? I thought it was, you know, there was 3 of them. One in an iron mask. Each for all and one for each.
3 musketeers?
Yeah. I thought you chipped in if you knew the answer.
Well, some of it's like that, but then there's all the individual stuff, you know, no conferring.
Individual stuff? Oh, my God.
More sherry, Ferdinand.
Gracias.
Why? Why should Daley risk himself for Goldblum?
Here, Arthur, what are we meeting here for?
It's the last place the old Bill will think of checking. We've got to start honing our minds to the matter in hand.
All right, if I don't speak Spanish, Arthur.
Troublesome though it may be, Marty, the fact that you can't converse in the local lingo means Bert and Doreen can't ask you any awkward questions.
I don't feel too comfortable here, Arthur. I still owe the fine for a book I borrowed in 1970.
It's like third world debt, Dave. Nobody expects the money. Relax. Shh. Now, we've got to plan this quiz with military precision. Our main concern is Marty, who is presently staying at a safe house
We all
somewhere.
know where he's staying, Arthur.
Ray, we can't take any chances. We don't know who might be listening. Shh. Marty will remain there at all times until the quiz, apart from these meetings.
Is all this really necessary?
Ray, I have served in Her Majesty's Armed Forces, and what they drum into you there doesn't go away easily. Now, I want a lean, mean quizzing machine come Friday, and that means thorough preparation. Shh. Now, for the quiz itself, we need a strategy.
Walter's team still looks favourite, Arthur.
So did General Custer's till the opposition turned up. Dave, you take sports questions. Raymond, you take current affairs.
All of them?
I've seen your Sunday newspaper is too thick to go through the letterbox. Marty will handle literature, art, science, history, geography and politics. I'll take all the rest.
Well, what's left?
Well, famous catchphrases, things like that.
This is not the local wine lodge. You've been asked to moderate your voices. As you're incapable, I shall have to ask you to leave.
I'm very sorry. We didn't know the rules. I've never been here before.
Dave, we have every right to be here. We are taxpayers going about our lawful business. It is our God-given right.
And don't come back!
I shall write to the council. Keep him hidden, for God's sake. We don't want to flash our wares to all and sundry. Me and Ray are going to check out the opposition, suss out their Achilles elbow. You two get home and get revising. And for God's sake, only eat fish. It's good for the... What's his name?
Sarge, the DI asked if we could check this. Possible leads on the petrol station job.
Yeah, sling him in the tray. I'll see to it later.
Well, he did say it was urgent.
Fine. Why is Daley lying about Goldblum? A $64,000 question. There must be a deal, which means they've got to be meeting. I want you on Daley's tail, everywhere he goes, till he leads us to Goldblum.
Hello, Dave. Have a lager, please.
Sure, bye.
Yeah, please.
1872 must be the Dry Kaiserbund, and Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo when?
20th of June 1914 by Serbian nationalists. And the Dry Kaiserbund was effectively at an end by 1879.
Hurry up, Arthur.
They seem quite reasonable on history.
Yeah, people are looking at us.
Hold on, they're breaking up.
Well, everything seems solid enough. I don't think the Winchester are going to be much trouble. One thing, if their captain offers to sell you anything, don't touch it. It'd be either bent or broken. Not stopping for a drink,
Well, no obvious chink in the armour. I think the best thing is for us to continue with our own preparation.
That suits me. Here, listen, Arthur, I've got a shoot, I've got a date on.
At Raymond, forget dates. If you want to move up in the tie-wearing arm of this operation, you've got to show more dedication. You've got some serious brain work to do. Come on.
I'm sure we had a copy of El Cid somewhere. Here. Do you reckon you'd like
Porridge?
porridge?
Give us another.
All right. What is the capital of Abyssinia?
Where?
Abyssinia.
No, there's no such place.
Of course there is. I'm looking at it.
It doesn't exist.
Raymond, not 6 inches from my nose is a glorious Technicolor picture of a bloke in a grass skirt, and he's in Abyssinia.
It's called something else now. That mag's years out of date.
Oh, fair enough. Tell me what it's called now.
Country or the capital?
Either. Good. I'd have got Frankenstein's monster if I'd known educational standards had slipped this far.
What do you mean?
We're relying on you. Not long out of school, qualified. Your mum took in ironing so you could have a decent school blazer, and this is how you repay her.
Look, I never wanted to be in a team in the first place. And it wasn't me who thought of Mice and Men was a council pest control manual.
Raymond, the choice quota on this one is nil. Your name is written in blood, you're on the team. So brush up on your general knowledge.
Smaller.
Hey, it's Ethiopia.
What is?
Abyssinia, it's called Ethiopia now.
Well, you better be quicker than that on the night, my son.
Well, if they ask that, I guarantee I'll be in like a shot.
Decent preparation, methodical planning. No worries here.
What is it?
Encyclopaedia. I bought a job lot when Freddie Jenkins burnt down his old school. Now brush up on any area you're rusty in. I'll take the other volume.
Other volume?
Yeah, I've been knocking them out at 20 quid a pair.
Trade been slack, has it, Arthur?
Why, do you think I'm overpricing them?
There's supposed to be 24 other volumes. They're alphabetical. You've been given a batch of A to Bs, which means unless we get questions on the aardvark of the Battle of Britain, we're stuffed.
One, please. Cheap seats.
They're all £5.50, sir.
Fine. No wonder Charlton Heston looks well.
Which one did you want to see?
Well, the one that's on this week.
There's 6 choices today, sir.
Number 1, I'm not bothered. Only here for the newsreel. Resume of world events. Oh, my God.
Arthur.
Oh, Tony. I thought I'd gone in a back entrance to Smithfield.
Well, it's the style these days, Arthur. I mean, they don't leave much to the imagination.
Experience like that could haunt you for life. I remember as if it was yesterday, dragging young Ray screaming out of Bambi when he was so high.
Well, they are impressionable at that age.
He wanted to stay. I didn't sleep properly for days.
You should have left soon as it got nasty, Arthur.
I was waiting for the pathe. Seemed an effective way of broadening the mind. Turns out they haven't been running them for years.
Well, I've been doing a bit of background myself.
Look and learn, 1969. I can't help thinking, Dave, we need a more reliable source of information than that.
Well, where from?
We'll discuss it later.
Tango 045, receiving.
Yeah? Where? You sure? Was he on his own? Let me guess. Ray Daley. I'll be right there.
I feel a bit dizzy, Arthur.
Relax, it's good for you.
Yeah, I could murder a drink. This is absolutely necessary, Arthur. It's killing me.
I'm surprised at you, Marty. There's a great tradition of business being conducted over a steam-up.
Yeah, in Egypt, Arthur.
We've got to be on our guard. Marty's hot property.
He's not the only one.
The longer he stays on the loose, the harder the law is going to try and catch him.
Hey, stand
Yeah, go on, Sat, go on.
Hey, it's 350!
Police!
I don't care if you're Sherlock bloody Holmes, you still can't go in. Not with that gear on.
Yeah, but Arthur, it doesn't seem 5 minutes since you were telling me certain things were above profit.
It is not the prize, Ray. It is something more.
And if it's not the wedge, why are we sweating cobs trying to hide the bloke who's been drafted in to make sure we do win? Can't we just enjoy the occasion?
Look, you'll understand one day, Ray. Meanwhile, remember the words of Captain Scott. You don't get nothing for coming second. Marty, you all right? You've gone all pale.
I feel sick.
Here, go through there and have a splash in the little warm pool.
Are you sure that's a good move, Arthur?
Here, hang on, Marty.
Crying out loud, Arthur, it's iced water. You're going to kill him. Amazing how quick you can get out, isn't it?
I feel naked without my warrant card.
Get back here.
Oh, my God.
Get out, it's the law.
There's no rear exit. I'll check before you arrived.
Mr. Morley! What a pleasant surprise. I thought it was Peter O'Toole coming through the haze. I was wondering where you left your camel.
Where's Marty?
Sorry, Marty who?
Your nephew was seen coming in here with Marty Goldblum.
Sarge, Ray's not here.
They've done a runner, get after them!
Afternoon, Sergeant. Told Arthur we'd start a craze.
Shall I check?
Well, what do you think?
Why you sit down, Mr. Morley? Or are you sweating enough?
And now, Module 4 of the Open University's History of Ancient Greece. The Peloponnesian War, 400...
Come on, Marty, shake the leg.
Ray, I'm not sure I can take much more of this.
Well, I had to make do with a sofa.
Paella every meal, the dawn chorus of Viva España. I don't wish to appear ungrateful, but I'm more of a prisoner here than I was inside. At least there I could speak English.
Oh, it's only till after the quiz. Here, listen, I've got a cardboard box downstairs. Get dressed and practice crouching inside.
Inside?
Yeah, I've got to pick up some stuff for Arthur. But I'll be back later, take you to the quiz.
I'm not getting inside a cardboard box.
It's got air holes in it. Arthur's idea, good cover. I'll catch you later.
Si, senor.
So he's not actually a friend of yours, then?
Not.
personally.
But you know what I mean, the cabbie, Il Supremo.
Yes, you've asked me.
I wouldn't mind a few pointers, you know, mastermind, general knowledge.
Stop it, please.
How many hours sleep a night do you try and get?
Have the right on me. Go and upset someone else.
That cabbie's a complete addict, Ray. I merely wanted to avail myself of his expertise. No intention of making a bid for the leather chair. A few books was the brief, Ray, just to jog the memory.
We can do some more, Arthur. These have hardly scratched the surface.
Well, I only hope you can sleep nights when you think of the state of the rainforest.
Arthur, it's Bert on the phone about Marty.
Ray's on his way.
It's too late. Marty's done a runner. Look, Arthur, what are we going to do?
Burn the place down.
What?
Oh, they'll cancel the quiz. We'll move to alternative premises. You got any petrol out the back?
And no, we can't do that. Well, that deal you did with the Kuala Lumpur Building Society. Well, it only covers us for flash floods and hurricanes.
What's the weather forecast like?
He still might turn up, Arthur.
Yeah, with Lord Lucan as an escort. I find your optimism ill-placed, Ray.
Where are you going now?
I am not marching into battle one short. I'm going to find us a fourth man.
Great thoughts.
The last time you drive that blinking car, I contacted my insurance broker.
Look, what can I say to persuade you, Billy? Yeah, I realise that. But look, wedding anniversaries happen annually. You miss one year, you can make it up the next. Yeah, I know she's very particular. Well, bring her with you. Show her the bright lights. Tower Bridge, Houses of Parliament, lounge bar at the Winchester. All right, Billy, fair enough. Hey, listen, Billy, before you go, have you heard of Kubla Khan? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, the question is, did he bat or bowl?
I mean, I like a bit of healthy competition, Dave, but it's Arthur. He's always going overboard. Can hardly blame Marty for legging it. Shifted from pillar to post, and for what? There's far more important things in life than a pub quiz.
I think you should know, Ray, that Arthur never wanted to be on this team. I did ask him, and he refused. And this winning post captain, he started shooting his mouth off. Well, he and Arthur's family, they go way back. They've never been the best of friends, and, well, things were said.
What things?
Well, things about your dad. And you. No, Arthur wouldn't have that. Not about family.
We're on our own, Ray.
What's happened?
I can't get a replacement for Marty. The nearest was Chico Mendes over at Tommy Smith's scrapyard, but he is presently visiting his sick grandmother in Buenos Aires.
Look, Arthur, I don't think I've been giving you as much support as I could have done, but I want you to know I'm right behind you now, and I've been working on some systems that we
No, Ray. No systems. I've done with systems. I shouldn't be trying to cram stuff in where it don't want to go, not at my age. No, alcohol's the solution. Whoever said the taking part and not the winning was important obviously won everything they entered for. What you doing here?
Arthur, I'm sorry.
What?
I can't cope. All the hiding, the foreign stuff. I just want to go back to prison.
You can. After the quiz.
I can't think straight, Arthur. I'm no use to you.
Let me be the judge of that. Now, you get stuck into a couple of edifying volumes and you'll soon recapture the old magic.
I tried to hand myself in. He was there. Morley. The cottage in Whitby. He'll kill me.
Now, deep breaths, Marty. One thing at a time.
He's lost it, Arthur.
No, it's just pre-quiz jitters. Oh, God, he's tired and emotional. Ray, put the kettle on. 4 sugars and half a dozen synatogens.
Arthur, look at him. He's a nervous wreck. He hardly knows the time of day, never mind anything more complicated. He's a non-starter, Arthur. Best thing for him is to get him back to his old cell and have plenty of rest.
Oh, it's like having George Best in the starting lineup and finding out he's forgotten his boots. All right, go on. Make sure you see Field and get back here pronto. Meanwhile, Dave and I'll do what any Englishman would do in our position.
What?
Cheat. Very good.
I'm sorry, it's closed. Until 7.
By first, only for learning.
I beg your pardon?
The quiz, later on. I can't wait.
Oh, you're coming.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh, the atmosphere. You can feel it already.
Can you?
You know, I reckon you blokes ought to get medals.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was saying to her indoors only the other day, those blokes who organise the quizzes don't get the recognition they deserve. I mean, turning cultural deserts like this tap room into hives of learning.
We do our best.
No, you do more than that. You perform miracles. In point of fact, I'm achieving a great personal ambition in taking part in tonight's spectacle.
Really?
Yeah, Arthur Daley, captain of the Winchester. How'd you do?
What's this?
Well, as I say, you work miracles, civilising the masses. You deserve a reward, and that is it, from all in the Winchester team.
Mr. Daley, I believe you are trying to bribe me.
Has it worked?
No.
How dare you suggest such a thing, a man in your position? Ought to be ashamed of yourself. I only hope you can look me in the eye this evening.
You owe me.
Hold up. Come here, Daley. What have I just overheard from a couple of gossiping helmets in the Kazi?
It's all taken care of, Sarge. Mr. Daley persuaded Goldman to give himself up.
To you?
Well, he wouldn't do it otherwise.
Sorry you missed it, Sergeant Morley.
Where do you think you're going?
I can't hang around, sorry.
I'm afraid you must. Oh. I think I can feel a statement coming on. I'd like to play some part in tying up this case, however small.
I've got a date.
Police routine, Raymond. I'm sure she'll understand.
She won't. It's Arthur.
Let's do it.
We better get going, Arthur. We can't wait any longer.
Keep calm.
Ray was our last hope.
Well, perhaps he's squeezing in some extra revision.
Any luck with that quiz, Master?
No, Dave, he's bent. Wouldn't touch it.
I thought it was. Brazil. Everyone else speaks Spanish.
Nice one, Walter.
The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk between
Russia, Germany, Austria-Hungary and their allies.
I can't help feeling sorry for dear old Arthur. Ideas above his station. Let people gaze up at the stars, by all means, as long as they realise the gutter is where they belong.
I know who it is, but I can't remember his name.
Einstein. Apple fell on his head and he got out his bath. Yeah, here. Some important dates on it, including Arsenal's best back four from their double-winning team. Ray says you always get one of them questions. Practice blowing your nose with it so that you can read it. Be prepared. Remember Agincourt. Who?
Yeah, should do it. Now I just have to read it back to you, Raymond.
So was mine. Hopefully soon.
Where's he got to?
I'm sorry, Mr. Daley. We can't wait any longer.
I want to see the referee.
I am the referee, and I'm going to begin the competition.
Yeah, hold up. Contact lens come out. Nobody move. I didn't know you. Dave, what is that?
Get a grip, referee. He's time wasting.
Who said that?
Signed, Ray Daley.
Perfect.
Sorry to have kept you. You may go, Raymond.
Cheers.
Look, either start this game or award it by default.
Yeah, careful.
What?
Ah, you've trodden on it. I'd have a spare pair in my office, Your Honour, if you wouldn't mind.
I'm sorry. I'm starting. We have to be out of here by 11.
Yeah, I appreciate the lift. We better shoot through traffic in your motor.
A trivia quiz, 2 against 4. Hardly seems fair.
Especially when you see the other team. Talk about taking it seriously.
I know what you mean. That's why I gave up.
Gave up?
Yeah, I was a main man back home. Used to play every week.
You got anything planned this evening?
Winchester, what is a sitter?
Easy chance in front of goal.
No, offer it over.
Indian musical instrument.
Correct.
Bad luck, Arthur. Reading the wrong books.
Excuse me, could you be careful with your diction to avoid any further misunderstanding?
Which superstar wanted to be alone?
Referee! He's got right on his hand!
Oh, my leg! Oh, crap. Sitting down. What was the question?
That's incorrect.
No, it's not.
I'll offer it over.
It's right.
Mr. Daley, it is not. Winning post, any?
Nat Lofthouse.
It was Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo wanted to be left.
I know that. We all know it. Everyone in the room knows it, except Arthur Daley.
I didn't know that.
Walter, what can I say? Null and void. And you sitting there with the correct answer on your lips. You must be seething. I do apologise.
He's trying to drive me mad.
Please, please. I hope you take note of that attack on my person when allocating the next question.
Please, let's have some decorum. From both sides. Winchester. When was Sir Walter Raleigh beheaded?
1618.
No help from the floor, please.
No, we're the rest of the team.
Right. Thank God you're here. What's the meaning of the police escort?
Arthur, he's played before. He's agreed to help us out.
Right, he is not one of us.
What is the fear of noise called?
Phonophobia?
Correct.
Sit.
Come along, gentlemen. Time is running out. Running out now.
Keep the aspidistra flying. George Orwell.
Correct. Open question. Scores level. How many great train robbers were there?
25.
I'm afraid that's incorrect.
I beg your pardon. Ronnie and the lads did the hold-up. Fat Charlie ran a decoy run. Big Mickey drove a getaway car. Jeffrey, what's his name, looked after the loot. And Sam the Snout... What?
You're grassy.
I think I'll call that one null and void.
It was wrong!
Please, referee's decision.
Here, here.
Final question. It's all on this. Name this piece of music.
Oh, my God, I know it.
Go on, then.
Albert Sandler and his orchestra. Brighton Grand.
Say something.
I can't remember.
Arthur, aren't in shift on you on your knees.
Serenade.
Correct.
Was the referee related, Daley?
Don't be bitter, Walter. Soundly thrashed though you have been. It's only a game, remember?
That wasn't a game. It was a travesty.
Try not to think of it as coming last. Think of it as coming second. You've got a good team there. Bit more practice, you never know.
If you're ever down the Isle of Dogs, Arthur, keep going.
I am proud of you, Arthur. Gracious in victory.
What did I tell you, Dave? There are some things that are sacred. I've achieved what I set out to do. I don't want to rub his nose in it. The Dailies are better than that. Good night, Dave. Good night, Dave. Come on, my son. What?